gained in the past together.
Yeah.
Now that you're teammates and have gotten to practice together, I know it's only been a couple of times, but what's that dynamic been like?
It's been great, honestly. Like he said, we trained before, and then just being here, learning the plays, just a good vibe.
What did you know of Dak before, and how do you kind of, what are your early impressions of him, working with him?
Very smart. You know, at the quarterback, that's kind of one of the biggest things you need, and he's very smart.
When you found out about the trade, was CD one of the first people you reached out to?
He was actually one of the first people to reach out to me, besides Jerry and, you know, the actual people. But, like, yeah, as far as players, he's one of the first players.
What was that conversation like with you two? Was it just...
Like I told him, just good vibes. He was super happy. Some of the guys on defense as well, you know, whole team super happy.
How surprised were you about the trade and those kinds of things? 'Cause I know you...
Yeah, I wasn't, you know, everything's kind of a business, even kind of like what you guys do is a business. So I wasn't really like too shocked or too excited. I was just ready to work, yeah.
What was that first interaction with Jerry Jones like?
Like I said, super excited. It's like when you get a present on Christmas. He was just, you know, super happy.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back. Like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How are y'all feeling? I am feeling good. Glad y'all tapped into the live stream last night with my brothers, J Tuck and DMV. Cover 3 is back. I know it took a little bit of time, but, you know, good things take a little time sometimes. Now, let's talk about these OTAs and a couple things that people might have missed. We covered the standard things yesterday. You know, people got back out there. You're not going to learn too much in shorts and T-shirts or, you know, no pads and no tackling and stuff like that. But you will learn a couple of nuggets, you know what I'm saying? From the Shotty interview through practice and things like that, you can learn a couple of things that might rear their heads later in the summer heading into the season. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, that aura, I hate to sound young, but that aura is different, man. Like, it just looks right. It just looks right, man. It just brings me joy every time I realize that George Pickens is now our wide receiver number 1A, because we got 2 ones. This is one of the things that people might not have noticed, and shout out to Foster King for pointing this out. Something I wasn't really paying attention to, and they started talking about it today. George Pickens look like he might be like 6'4", not 6'3". I know CeeDee Lamb is 6'2", but it's a sizable difference between George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. It looked like about what, not 2 inches, but maybe like 6'4"-ish for real. And it just, that means so much more on the field because Dak Prescott's been throwing the little guys, man. It's been crazy. CeeDee Lamb's been the biggest receiver, hands down. And not only is George that big, we already know about his athleticism and catch radius, et cetera, all the buzzwords. It's just dope. He goes from Brandon Cooks to that. That red zone threat is going to be crazy. I cannot wait. Those fades and things in the end zone are going to be, it's going to be amazing. Something else that was talked about that might have been a missed. George Pickens said he just wanted to let everybody know, and sometimes you gotta let people just speak for themselves. I'm just a chill guy, man. He said the big part of the tornado of the George Pickens saga or whatever is just false. I know what it looks like coming out of Pittsburgh. That's a 23-year-old, 22-year-old disgruntled receiver that knows how talented he is and hasn't been able to really show his talent because Pittsburgh hasn't invested in the quarterback. They just haven't. Or the offense. Or just focusing on offense. That's a defensive-oriented franchise. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you got that type of talent, have you ever seen that picture of the Lambo next to the broke-down house? That's George Pickens for the Steelers offense. Like, he been a Lambo right next to a tore-down trailer home. And he's just ready to get out there and show people what he can do on the biggest stage. So he's happy. Clarence Hill pointed this out. Just another little tidbit. He said George Pickens has not stopped smiling since he became a Cowboy, since he got to Dallas. And you can say, you turn it on for the cameras and all this extra stuff, but when the media, you watching him, and they're watching him intently, hoping to catch some negativity, they're noticing he's just a happy-go-lucky guy. They also said that George Pickens has been eager and excited and focused in the meetings he's been in so far. He's just ready to work. And that's what he said. I'm just ready to work. I love it. I love every part of it. These are things that just weren't discussed yesterday. Izzy McQuamu got some work in the slot, and Deron Bland got put in the slot a lot. Now, Clarence Hill, to Clarence Hill's nature, is trying to cause a little controversy, saying that Deron Bland would prefer to work outside. Look, Deron Bland, I don't care what you would prefer to do. We need you to do whatever the team needs you to do. This is a team thing. Stop going out there and being selfish, worrying about your paycheck, because that's what lets me know that you worry about your money. You want to play outside because you're trying to get that bag. Focus on winning, and everyone will get paid. Trust me. Focus on winning. Focus on getting busy. You'll get your bag. But hearing that Izzy's getting some run in the slot makes me happy too, because I got faith in Izzy. Israel Mukuamu's been overlooked and underused since he's been here, and I'm glad that he might get some run. And it's probably going to be circumstantial because I don't know if Revel's going to be ready, and we know that Trayvon Diggs ain't going to be ready. So, Izzy, you up. Show and prove. One of the biggest nuggets, though, and this is where y'all got to lock in. One of the biggest nuggets, Dak Prescott yesterday. They say he flashed his legs. Now, first of all, pause please, whatever. But they said that a couple of plays yesterday, Dak got out there and was moving. Now, why is this a big deal? Because before OTAs, it was a whole lot of, will Dak be ready for the season? I've been hearing 103.5 The Fan, y'all ain't low. All them cornballs at that radio station, no disrespect. A lot of y'all been pushing the narrative, Dak might not be healthy. Dak might not make it through the season. For the first OTAs to happen and to hear that Dak Prescott's not just out there just throwing with Britt Brown or he on the courts, he out there and he's moving. I love to hear it. They've been calling him Slim Reaper. They call him Unk. What I'm saying is he's a locked-in, focused individual. I think Dak is ready to go back out there and prove a lot of people wrong. They put him at 17th on the PFF list. I actually love it personally. I'm not going to do the disrespect thing and how could y'all do that? Good. Say he's 17th. So when he comes out there with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson back healthy and everything like that, and he going crazy, I don't want to hear that. No, well, you know, Dak's team is loaded. I don't want to hear none of that. Because right before we got George Pickens, it was, I don't know about the Cowboys offense at all. And now I'm hearing the whispers that the Cowboys are so loaded. Y'all ain't low. Y'all are not low. I think we got another tidbit that might have been missed. I think we got our head nod to who's going to be the starting running back as of now. I know it's a long way to go with running backs, but hearing Shotty say Javonte Williams is going to help push Jadon Blue. Pay attention to what people say in these press conferences. He is saying basically Javonte Williams is going to be the one, the thunder to Blue's lightning early on. And that makes sense. I think Javonte Williams is the lead back presently. Experience, more well-rounded, has shown he can do it more recent than Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is the one that's got to show me something because he's kind of the odd man out to me. We're going to carry 4 backs and probably 1 practice squad back, so everybody will get a chance. But I think we got our nod to who's going to start. I never thought it was going to be Maffa starting. Jadon Blue, as much as I want him to start, I don't think they're going to force the young man out there to just be the complete starter. I think he'll get some heavy rotation, though. But I think Javonte Williams will take the first running back snap outside of us signing somebody, Nick Chubb, or something like that. So, yeah, that's a little tidbit that people might not have paid attention to because it's important. We need to know who's going to start this running back or starting this running back room. You know what I'm saying? We got Sam Williams and people out there like that. Bremen Spanford flashed. That's good to hear. Because Luke Schoonmaker, hey, man, you on the clock. You're on the clock. Jake Ferguson is starting tight end, but we want to run 12 personnel. We want to run it well. And hearing Spanford just flashing is a great thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Another little tidbit I heard from John Machota that we might know who our wide receiver 3 is presently. So camp is going to be a big deal because if Jonathan Mingo, Flournoy, Kevontae Turpin, etc., want to round out that wide receiving room, probably about 6 receivers, I think, it's really up to them to go out there and ball. Because right now, I think Tolbert has coach's favor and quarterback's favor. I know we brought in Pickens, and it is what it is, but Tolbert's like, well, obviously I'm just a 3. I want those gentlemen to go up there and make him work. You don't get to just beat a 3. I'm tired of people just thinking they're going to be something. No, I personally got my hand. I want Mingo to win the race. I like that the contrast. I would love to have 3 big physical receivers. CD ain't no little guy. Pickens ain't no little dude. And put Mingo out there. October too frail to me. That's just me. That's just me, man. But anyway, I'm excited about what I heard from OTAs and some of the nuggets I picked up over the last day or so, especially Dak Prescott moving around. Like, a lot of y'all act like he was going to go out there on crutches. It's good to hear him in OTAs in May, already moving around. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cowboys like to bubble wrap things. I'm liking what I'm hearing. But I would love to know what y'all think in the comments, man, about some of the things I laid out. I like the way things are shaping up. The aura, CD Lamb and Pickens, man. I just love the positivity. I love the vibes. And as much as y'all think that don't matter, we ain't had it in a long time. So embrace it, enjoy it, be proud of your team as we build towards the season because we still got work to do. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Listen, if you not Cartel and you like the content, hit the subscribe button. If you are Cartel, I appreciate you and I love you. I'll holla.